Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Ultra League team from Young Hot Hot in the Ultra League. Tabafini, Guzzlord, Skeldurge, and it says, I started playing PvP around the end of season 17, so that's pretty recent, and was able to find success in climbing this season and hitting expert with this Ultra League team. Ever since then, I've been stuck around 2600s looking to get help climbing again. Don't be afraid to be mean. Thank you. So, for starting recently, being at 2800 is pretty good. The team itself, I think it's pretty balanced, right? You got Guzzlord, weak to fighting, which Tapu Fini can deal with, and weak to fairy, which Skeldurge can deal with. Skeldurge is weak to water, which the other two can deal with. Tapu Fini is weak to grass and electric, with Guzzlord can deal with. So they seem to all cover something. No, I was gonna say weird. Weird isn't the right word. It's all these Pokemon I consider newerish to a certain extent because Tapu Fini has been around for a few seasons now, but Nature's Madness is newer, which moved it up the rankings. Guzzlord is a newer-ish dragon compared to like Giratina, which has been dominating in Skeldurge the last couple seasons, has risen up. So putting them all together on the same team. Here, my mouse decided to not work, so let's just go to this. Okay. Let's take a look at some battles. Typhlosion's a pretty good lead. Water Guns will be doing super effective. They're staying in. They do have Thunder Punch here. Shadow, non-stab. It'll probably do like 50% anyways. Yeah, maybe just a little more. And they get out into Feraligatr. So the claws are resisted. I think you getting this off and then just staying in here. So I think you probably want to get into Guzzlord because Dragon Claws are resisted. You're forcing them to throw Ice Beam, which if you don't want to take, I did not count. Hydros are still going to kind of hurt, but the Hydros are resisted. So I think you probably need to like save that Tapu and that energy and get into Guzzlord a little quicker. Poliwrath in the back is going to be a little interesting, especially if they just farm up here. Because then that's going to make Skeldurge a little trickier, and your Tapu's useless now. So you do grab a shield, but they're just going to commit to that farm down. Incinerate is resisted. You have to just come in here, try to catch, but your timer's locked here. They are really farming up here. I think at this point you just double shield this, even if it is just an Icy Wind. You're going to get caught in the fast move animation. That's kind of not much you can do there. Do shield up the Scald. They come with their Typhlosion. They're going to now get you down and come out with a... Yeah, you're both 5-turn moves. And there's not much you can do about that. Get the bait off. Losing CMP. Blast Burn is resisted, so you should live. But it probably does a lot of damage. This will take out. And now the problem is you're low. How much energy do they have left? And they get to the move, Incinerate resisted, and the 5-turn move killing you there. And you lose by 1 HP. I think if you make that switch into Guzzlord quicker on the Feraligatr there, you probably have a shot. So good lead, good switch. Unless they're running Focus Blast, they are getting up to a Focus Blast. You just kind of have to roll the dice. It is just a Brutal Swing. Most run Thunder Punch, Brutal Swing, but some could sneaky hit you with a Focus Blast, but do not shield, and it was just a Brutal Swing, so should be able to commit to the farm down and not worry about any moves because everything's resisted. Have energy, take switch, out comes Annihilate, going for that crunch, which is neutral, maybe trying to lower their, defense, and you do get the defense fall, so just try and get to any move here to chip. And they do counter you down. Oh, okay, brutal. I like the thought process because the thought process was I come in, I'll shield up a Shadow Ball anyways, but I'm going to get a full Incinerate through and get all that energy and take this out. But the game just said, nope, I'm not going to do it as I should. So that Incinerate when you came in, when they threw their charge move, that Incinerate should have gone off, but it did not. So that's the game's fault. They do just go Tapu Koko anyways. You end up CMPing on this one. 4 versus 5 turn moves are really tricky. They do Thunderbolt. You do CMP. Where do you go from here now, though? I would drop... Yeah, you... yeah, the 4 versus 5, so this sucks. Now you're just going to go down with a ton of energy. And they got to move off here. Oh, my goodness. Okay. You do farm down. You just got to commit to the farm down here, and you do win anyways. So still end up taking it. Yeah, 5 turn. And this is why Incinerate is such a high damage, high energy move. And it's the best energy damage combo in the game. Because 5 turn moves suck. You just saw it on full display there. It's tough to fast move optimize and get your moves off. You CMP'd on the first one. And then you put yourself in a really tricky situation. You either throw your charge move right away. Which, I mean, if you're counting, again, I don't count, so I can't blame you. But if you were counting, you're probably like, oh, they need one more volt switch to get to move. I should throw this right away and just give up a full volt switch. Whereas you're trying to like minimize some energy on their end, trying to throw an Incinerate, but they just get a 4-turn move and the move off before yours even registers. So 5-turn moves, very tricky, requires a little more counting about your opponents. Because again, if you're worried about fast move optimization on the 5-turn move and you're focusing too much on that, you're gonna leave yourself vulnerable to situations like that where you just don't know how many more turns they are to their move, and then because your turn's so long, you can just get hit. So speaking about getting hit, Nature's Madness lands on you in this mirror match. You go right back and you both hit. You lost CMP here, so you need to try and catch on the Guzzlord. So, this is the potentially only time you may want to catch on a Guzzlord in this matchup, where it's again, go to my catching video. The easiest catch is a CMP mirror match when you know you're going to lose CMP. So you could have caught that surf on the Guzzlord. You end up grabbing a shield, and then they come to Giratina. That Giratina is running Dragon Breath, going straight for the crunch. Both moves are super effective. Trying to chip a lot and maybe lower the defense. Dragon Claw would hurt. So going to shield this up. Hopefully you can take them out before. I think they make it to a move here if you don't throw. Yeah. Again, I don't know move counts. I don't know. But I've played enough to know. I feel like they're going to get to a move. That's basically how I play. And unfortunately, I knew that was kind of coming. You burned a shield. And now you'll leave yourself very vulnerable in the back here. You probably should be getting out into Skeledirge because all you're doing is allowing them to do. So 2 things here. So one is you either need to start counting or just kind of know, like, oh, they're coming up to a charge move. I don't want to burn a shield unnecessarily. I need to throw a charge move at them because I don't want to burn a shield. Because you burn a shield, now you're in trouble. You're also taking the worst of both worlds here. You're taking the counter weakness on Guzzlord. So Guzzlord is weak to counter, like fighting, because it's half dark. So you're taking all those super effective counters, and then you're just letting it get a ton of energy that they're gonna be able to throw super effective Night Slashes on your Skeledirge. So if an Obstagoon comes in here, you instant swap into your Skeledirge to take those resisted counters, as opposed to taking a bunch of super effective counters here. And now they got like 2 Night Slashes against a no shielded Skeledirge, so they're just going to throw these. You did do a ton of chip damage. Don't get me wrong, and they're not fast move timing any of this. They're just going to throw those Night Slashes to try and get you super low here. And now the Tapu is going to try to farm you down, which they can because Incinerate is resisted. So Scrafty, good lead. They get out into Armored Mewtwo. Love to see it. So I think Guzzlord is probably the right answer because Psy Strike still hurts here. The 4 versus 5 fast move timing sucks. And more importantly, they're running Armored Mewtwo runs Confusion, Psy Strike, and probably Dynamic Punch. So Dynamic Punch you'd have to worry about, but I would take that. I would take a non-stab Dynamic Punch over a neutral Confusion and Side Strike on your Skeldurge any day. See, because now these are all resisted. Even if you let one go, it could be Dynamic Punch. You're going to shield it up. That's fine. But yeah, you got to come in here where Confusion's a slow charging move, right? It's pretty hard hitting, but generally slow charging. So come in and take those resisted moves on your Guzzlord. Now you lost switch. Going to, again, you're staying in this matchup. I'm assuming they're going to have an answer for Tapu in the back if they have Scrafty on the lead. But now you're just, one, taking super effective counters for no reason. Two, if you are going to get killed in the back with Tapu because they have a fighter, they probably have an answer in the back, you're just like going to leave yourself vulnerable to that. Because if they're running a balanced team, you're in trouble. And now they're just boosted. They may have like a Thunder Punch. Even if Foul Play resisted is going to chip here now because they boosted because you let them just counter too much. So yes, Foul Play is resisted. And Defense Deoxys. So not the best answer. May have Thunderbolt, which will obviously hurt. Nature's Madness will lower their defense. You're probably going to need a second one though here. Thunderbolt. You may live a Thunderbolt. It'll be pretty close though. You do. Going just for the Surf because that's all you're going to get to. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I know you lowered their defense, but Defense Deoxys is pretty tanky. And they live and they get the Psycho Boost off. So you're losing these matchups because you're just staying in these poor matchups too long and letting them get too much energy in what are good matchups for them. Like, you need to be more aggressive on your swaps here. So pretty good lead. They'll only have resisted moves and you have a super effective move here. So yeah, we'll take a resisted Scald or Icy Wind or whatever. It is a Scald. Do get off the Nature's Madness. So this will be super effective and lower their defense. They let it go. At this point, you can probably commit to the farm down. You have to take a second move here. I don't think they can get to an Icy Wind. Those are not adding up as maybe they will. Yeah, I was about to say it's close. Those were adding up a lot faster than I expect them to. You threw a resisted. Oh boy. Okay. You threw a resisted fairy move on a poison instead of the super effective water move on the poison ground. So no, don't do that. So throwing the Shadow Ball to grab a shield. Again, you're just kind of setting yourself up that you're letting them grab a bunch of energy. So taking the Fly, getting the Shadow Ball off, you should be instant swapping after that. So you're doing neutral Dragon Tails and they're doing resisted Incinerates. There you go. And yes, you can live a Fly, so you don't need to shield up the first one. But you do shield though. That's fine. Like, you don't need to shield up that one. To get to another move, so this will land, which means they're pretty dry, which means you can probably go through. Ooh, good snipe. Good snipe. They do just go straight Earth Power, so that is just going for the nuke there. Might not take it out, but Dragon Tail will take this out. And just going for the 1 and Crunch. If they're dry, because they just threw back-to-back Flies, you would probably just go 3. But again, it does not matter because Crunch takes out. Trevenant. Tough lead. Skeldurge as a safe swap, which was not even an amazing safe swap in that matchup. Unfortunately, you are met with a Feraligatr, so that is not good either. Double claw users. So that's interesting. Just going for the Disarming Voice. Hoping to maybe get another one here before they get to a move. Unfortunately, you cannot. So going to go down to the 2 shields here. Either trying to grab switch here, down a shield, or just grab both shields. And you do take them out. Which is huge because now, okay, that's fine. Counters resisted. You get the Disarming Voice. You now get the Tapu Fini on this, and you now get your Guzzlord on the Trevenant. So that was one where fighting for switch and forcing their decision is actually pretty smart. Just because Guzzlord has such a good matchup, and now you just hard counter them after the swap. So fighting for that mid game there was actually going to that 2 shield and forcing them to be like, okay, I know you can still win the 2 shield, but if you want to win, you got to burn that 2nd shield. And they decided not to, and then you're able to align there. So why they are staying in with a Guzzlord against that is beyond me. They now come in with a Tentacruel. And yeah, you don't have an amazing answer to Tentacruel. This, as we'll say, this is decent because unless they had Blizzard, which that was kind of too fast for a Blizzard, Scald is resisted. They did Acid Spray you, so your defense is lowered. They burn that 2nd shield. I think it's probably worth a shield here. Scald. Oh, it's just another Acid Spray. I was going to say, Scald would probably have taken you out there because your defense is 2 times lower. Now your defense is 4 times lowered. They're going to just try to take you down here just with the 4 times defense lower. Can you get to move? No, you cannot. You do get taken down. Coming in Skeldurge. And then they give up switch here back into the Poliwrath. Wait, do they have a Guzzlord on the lead? What do they have on the lead? Was that the Guzzlord on the lead? Because if it was a Guzzlord on the lead, I don't know what you're doing here. Because you definitely should have kept the taboo for the Guzzlord and just stayed in Skeldurge and taken the Skeldurge. Like Disarming Voices to take this out and resist the counters. Now just going Surf. You are now still going to be taken out here. You can Incinerate down. Shielding up a potential Scald. And it is... You can just Incinerate down. You have a Disarming Voice, so you can still take it out with Disarming Voice here. Yeah. I still think you probably should try and just let that, like, just run Skeldurge on the Poliwrath and then just Taboo Sweep. I know Poison would be a little bit of a trouble, but that was really, really low, the Tentacruel, so I think you probably just could have taken that out, but get the win there. The Jellicent lands a Shadow Ball. You land Nature's Madness. Looks like you're going to be outpaced here. So the question is this a Shadow Ball? Are you going to shield it? Are you just going to come in Guzzlord after? You're going to let it go. Come in Guzzlord. They instant swap into their own Guzzlord. So throwing the Dragon Claw. At this point, I shield and farm. Yeah, you just shield and you just take it out with your own Dragon Tail. Now you instant swap. Yeah, you instant swap to get out of that matchup and save what is left of that Guzzlord for their Jellicent. Honestly, you just let anything go here. If they want to Brave Bird, they Brave Bird. That's fine because these Incinerates will add up now. This will grab a shield or take out. Now they get out, but you can just Shadow Ball this. And then this will grab a 2nd shield or take this out. And then your Guzzlord should be able to sweep. The only problem is now. Okay. Oh no. Okay. They're gonna shield no matter what. So I would say throw Dragon Claw there because of course they're just gonna try to grab a shield with Feather Dance here and lower your attack. So just throw the quicker move first, because they're 100% gonna shield, and if they don't shield, you still would have taken it out. You do win the ending, but just, yeah, next time, just throw the Dragon Claw because you just got to understand the scenario, right? Pidgeot needs to shield or else they'll take you out. They're obviously going to Feather Dance you, so you just throw the Dragon Claw because it's quicker energy. Feraligatr, take the Hydro. These claws are neutral. Hydro's resisted. Your Water Gun is resisted, but Nature's Madness is neutral. They end up shielding the Nature's Madness. These claws are adding up. So now you are in Hydro and Claw range. So if this lands, they'll probably just maybe commit to the 2 shield and claw you down. And they catch the Surf on a Sandslash, which is now going to get lit up by the Skeldurge. They do get to a Drill Run, so you're going to have to commit that shield. But you'll have a move coming out. Again, I don't know if you need a Shadow Ball here. Do you? Oh, wait. How much energy? Yeah, you definitely do. You would have needed a Shadow Ball. They probably have 2 moves, so I think at this point you just let it go and just try and go with Guzzlord. So just go straight Guzzlord. I will respect the... they could just bait and throw a second Hydro, but I have to respect the Ice Beam. And it is an Ice Beam, so that makes it a little easier to farm down. Unfortunately, they have a counter user in the back, but it's Annihilate, so they may have Night Slash and Shadow Ball, which could help you out here. Shadow Ball will still hurt, and these counters are adding up real fast. Oh, of course they have the Ice Punch. So they have the Ice Punch. You do get to a crunch here. Hopefully it takes out, because if it doesn't, you're just going to get countered down. It does take out. Feraligatr has a move, throwing it because they know they're going to be taken out here. And now their neutral claws are probably going to beat your water gun. Yeah. Close. Kind of tricky situations there. Okay. Good lead. Again, they are staying in. We will definitely just take their resisted charge moves. So throw your Skull, throw your Icy Wind. That is fine. Get off the Nature's Madness. Let's see what they do here. They do shield, which is good because your circles were not big enough, so you missed a lot of bubbles there. They're going for another Icy Wind to lower your attack again, but their defense is lowered, so this will just bring you right back to neutral here. They may get a third move off. Scald would put you pretty close to being taken out. Can you take this? Yes, you do get 2 moves. So they burning shields and a lot here. So they burned a shield and lost switch, which is a bad combo. Coming in with the Guzzlord because it probably has Body Slam Crunch, and then Steelix in the back, which is great alignment for your Skeldurge. Getting off the Shadow Ball. This will grab a shield or chip it extremely low. Could have Crunch. Yeah, but if you're going to see Crunch, you probably let the first one go and then shield up the second one. They does leave you vulnerable for a Disarming Voice here. What's the Psychic move on that? The Psychic move that lowers your defense. Psychic Fangs? I think that's what it's called. Anyways, throwing the Disarming Voice because Shadow Ball is resisted. Hopefully we can get one more here. You can. At this point, you probably instant swap because you don't want to just get mud shot down. They do have a move. Again, everything's probably resisted. I mean, they throw the resisted Trailblaze. Crunch is resisted. I don't know about shielding that first one just for this reason. Because at best they have Body Slams, and those you can just shield up the second or third, but maybe they try and boost something or lower your defense with Crunch or something before throwing the Body Slam, so then you want to shield up the second Body Slam. So maybe you just don't shield up that first move on Giratina there, but it was pretty straightforward after that anyways. Yeah, so I think your biggest weakness is in a lot of those matchups, you're just like staying in and you're not being aggressive enough on the switch. And it's funny because if you watch my videos for a while, I say some people are too aggressive on the switch. And again, when I'm in a neutral matchup, I'm probably not switching out. If I have like alignment that I really, really want to keep, I'm not switching out. But when you get like a counter user on your Guzzlord and you have something that resists counter on the other side, like don't stay in with the Guzzlord and just take those resisted counters. Like get out into your Skeldurge or your Tapu Fini that's still available and then deal with it, like deal with the counter user that way. As opposed to letting them just farm up, like do super effective on your Guzzlord and then just having energy coming out for your other Pokemon. That doesn't really make sense. So just that is when you need to be aggressive on the swap. Don't let your opponent just get extra farm for no reason. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going through all these submissions, and so you'll see a few of them in the next couple days, and then league turnover on Tuesday. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.